Hey everyone, it's Jenna. Today I'm going to be talking about meat selection and how I plan my programming for a meet. So, first thing is I picked this meet that I wanted to do probably about a month ago. I mailed my registration check as soon as I could, filled out all my paperwork. So, before I even decided and figured out how I wanted to plan my programming, I made sure that I was in the meet. That's like number one priority. I always give myself a minimum of 12 weeks. I actually prefer a little bit longer just in case there are any hiccups, any injuries, anything like that. But always 12 weeks. This gives you time to get your body ready. It gives you time to get your head right. If you want to drop a weight class or if you want to fill out your weight class better, it gives you time to work on your diet and manipulate things like that. Um, that being said, this is PA States. It is on April 8th. So it's 12 weeks from this past Saturday, which means meet prep started today with bench. So I'm going to go through how I structure my meet prep a little bit now. So my programming blocks are normally split into two different sections. The first 6 weeks are going to be hypertrophy based, and the second 6 weeks are going to be strength based. So my first 6 weeks, I'm going to do reps more like 10, 8, 6, 4, slowly working my way into those lower rep schemes with more weight. And then the second half, after my mini peak halfway through, is going to be 5x5s and then some 5x3s, some 5x2s as I prepare to peak again at the meet. So let's take a look. So this week is the first week of the hypertrophy section of my training block, which means that I'm working off of a 70%, and it's going to be 5 sets of 10 on all my big lifts, 115 for bench, 200 for squat, 215 for deadlift, nice and straightforward. Following in that pattern, next week is going to be 75%, it's going to be 5 sets of 8, same thing, bench, squat, deadlift. I'm also working in an overhead press day or an overhead press workout once a week. Sometimes it'll be paired with something else. And I'm going to do that periodized in the same way that I'm doing my 3 main lifts to see if it makes a difference. The third week is looking really clean in here because I don't have a work schedule yet, so I don't actually know what time of day I'm going to be lifting, but it's going to be 80% for 5 sets of 6, bench, squat, overhead press, and deadlift. Occasionally I will throw in that second bench day to do a 5x5 just because I find that I can respond really well to that amount of training. Because I benched on the Saturday of the last week, I'm not going to start this week of training with bench, not quite enough time to recover, so I'm going to start it with deadlift. It's going to be 85% for 5 sets of 4, deadlift, bench, overhead, and then my squat, nice and spread out so I have enough time to recover, possibly doing a second bench day this week as well, possibly resting, it depends on my work schedule. 5th week of this training cycle means I'm getting towards the end of the hypertrophy block, so we're in really low reps. It's going to be heavy doubles all week, preparing for a peak next week. 2 bench days, one with an overhead press in it, a squat day, and a deadlift day. Nice heavy weight. We're at 90% of my 1 rep max here. And in week 6, I have my mini peak. So I've done enough of these mini peaks before that I know how much time it takes me to recover, and normally I'll train one less day during a mini peak, and I will do a little bit less accessory work as well. But nice and spread out, squat on Monday, bench on Wednesday, deadlift on Friday, plenty of time to recover between heavy legs. And then because I'm not actually sure what my new maxes are going to be, I can't give you guys numbers. So like I can't be like, oh, I'm going to do a 5x5 at 215 my first squat day of the second half. I don't know what 70% is going to be. So week 7 is 70%, week 8 is 75, week 9 is 80, week 10 is 85, and I drop the reps a little lower. Week 11 is 90, drop them back down to heavy doubles. Week 12, I've got a deload with a smiley face because I'm going to need it by then. And then on April 8th, it's competition time. So that is my training block. I'm really excited about this one. I'm expecting to see some pretty good things from it, and I'm really excited to take you guys along with me and show you what my training's like, show you how I prepare for a meet, and hopefully have a really good outcome. I am planning on competing at this one as a 57 kilo, just like I did at States last year and just like I did at Nationals. But for this one, I started working with Kristen Pope of Barbells and Bows, and I absolutely love it. I love what she's doing with me and for me, and I trust her completely to get me down to 57 for my competition day. But I really don't have any forward information for you guys about the nutrition part of it. I'll just keep you updated as she lets me know. Have a great week. Be sure to like and comment on what you'd like to see throughout the next 12 weeks of this journey. And of course, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a second of it. Have a great one, guys.